Well, as you know, tourism is the #1 engine, the economic engine for South Carolina and our #1 industry. So, it's important that we fund what we all depend on.
Now, the business community has pushed hard for the 1% tourism initiative. They say that it's absolutely necessary for the growth of our tourism industry.
Well, Steve, it's really simple when you look at it. Orlando, Florida outspends us $115 for every dollar we spend. Virginia Beach outspends us 18 to 1. Gatlinburg outspends us 8 to 1.
I was shocked when I was first served on the marketing committee and found out the budget that Myrtle Beach had to market and promote itself versus what our competitors did. And when we took that same information to the council and Mayor Rhodes, they were surprised as well.
The biggest problem that we've had in this city forever is that we've never, ever had the proper funds to promote and advertise this community. Now people say, well, what about the money that you're collecting now? We only get 1% of the accommodations tax dollars that goes to Columbia because of the Robin Hood Act. It's shared with everybody in this state. It's been that way for 30 years, Steve. It's never going to change. So therefore, we had to look at what can we do to help us promote Myrtle Beach, and the answer was to get this 1% tax in that would stay in Myrtle Beach, not go to Columbia, not one penny.
Even though I object to raising taxes generally, I think that this 1% sales tax is a good tax because it does benefit the tourism industry, which is the major industry here in the city. And people come into town will be able to at least support the services which the city provides for them.
And I didn't realize this until we got into this past year, how much of our quality of life is dependent on tax revenue that is generated by tourism. When you have as much as 80% of the police and fire service, the road construction, the underground utilities, all this off-season work, beach renourishment, the improvements to the rec facilities is funded by tax revenue and business license fees. What are we going to do if we're 20% down like some of these destinations that we compete with are this fall? I mean, how are we going to come up with that difference in tax revenue? So it's tremendously important that we adequately fund our most important industry, what we all depend on, for jobs.
The 1% tourism initiative, I think, was a great thing for the area. The #1 driving force and #1 industry in Myrtle Beach is tourism, and that 1% main goal is to bring tourism to this area and support the boardwalk and to support our economy.